Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be making a little of a quick recipe with you guys. Nothing fancy. This is my way of making this. There might be other recipes on the internet that you can find that are much fancier, but this is just my way. You know, it's one of these days where you wing it. You don't want to spend too much time making dinner. So it's just my way. Just take it or leave it. And I hope you inspire you guys. For those of you that still don't know about this one, still don't know about this, hope you inspired you, to add this one to your collection of easy recipes, as I like to call them. This is not part of the recipe. This is just, we don't have any place for this. So it's been standing there. I need to find a place for it. So just focus on this. So what we need is, what we're making is the pita bread pizza. Okay, so it's the pita bread pizza. This is not enough. I forgot to put another pack of the pizza, the pita bread. So, but you get the idea. So get some pita breads, depending on the size of your family. Mike is doing a digital goodbye of one of his coworkers that is leaving them. So that's what you hear on the background. It's so funny, they got this package with all kind of nuts, cheese plate and all that, and it's nice. It was just delivered, and now they're doing how do you say that? The goodbye, in front of camera. All of them. Just love them. I just love that. Anyway, so back to this. So we're making pita bread pizza. I'm gonna add a little bit more, a couple more pita breads, of course, because one is never enough, but you get the idea. So you need that. You need the pizza sauce that we will be, using on the top of the pita bread. This is something that you can make. I don't feel like making it, but it's really easy and much better if you make it. I think I showed it in one of the videos before, how you make your own tomato sauce. It's really, really easy. You just fry some onions, some garlic, and then you just puree some tomatoes, take the skin off, puree them in your kitchen machine, throw them in there, add some oregano, some thyme, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, and just let it simmer till it becomes a little bit thick. So, but I didn't feel like doing that today, so I'm just going to use one from the can. So that's that. So we need a little bit of mushrooms sliced. I always love to have coriander in there. I know, Carol, you told me that it tastes like soap, and you're learning to like it because of my vlogs. Thank you for that. I'm happy they inspired you. But the funny thing is, you're not the only one that tells me that. A lot of people think it tastes like soap, and I just can't. I don't taste it. I don't understand how some people tend to have that of the coriander. But yeah, you don't have to do it. You can do any other herb. Besides, with the pizza, we always love to do some of the Italian classics, like the oregano, the thyme, and all that, sage. So mushrooms, coriander, pizza sauce for the bottom, a little bit of tomato paste, a little bit of cherry tomatoes, one paprika. One paprika should be enough for about 4 pita bread pizzas, maybe. One paprika should be enough. What else? I'm gonna add some zucchini in there. I love zucchini in these kind of dishes. I always add zucchini also when I make the quesadillas. We're gonna need some mozzarella cheese. And we're gonna need some, the regular cheese here in Holland. Other kind of cheese. I don't know if you guys have this too. If you don't have it, then get some, maybe some cheddar cheese. Maybe you should get some cheddar cheese if you can have like the regular cheese in your country, something like this. This is the equivalent of what you guys would call the Gouda, I think, in the US. Elsewhere, I don't know. I'm sure you have your own, but yeah. What else? Oh, and then a little bit of olive oil. A little bit of olive oil. And I don't want to gross you out, you guys, but there's the chicken. Just make little squares of chicken, or cut them in strips. Either strips or, cut them in dices. That's it. I think that's it. Oh, and I ran out of the onion and I saw it too late. So I ran out of the onion. Oh yeah, what you can also add to that is, let me open this. So again, I don't have a garlic. I forgot to get some fresh garlic and some fresh onion. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of garlic powder. And like I said, the classics, the oregano and the thyme. I think that's it. I really think this is it. All right, let's start, you guys. So if you see this on time, get the onion and then start with frying the onion. Start with a little bit of oil, 1 tablespoon, and then fry the onion with the garlic. So I can't do that right now, so I can share those tips with you because I run out of onion and garlic. So I'm just gonna add the oil, let it warm up, and then start frying the chicken, and then I'm gonna start adding the spices, as you will see. So meanwhile, while the oil is heating up, I'm gonna wash the bell pepper and the zucchini and chop them in tiny bits, like the half of your thumb maybe. So there's the chicken. I'm gonna fry this until all the pinkish color is gone, and then start adding the spices and the rest of the ingredients. As you can see here, chopped zucchini and chopped paprika. All right, so first I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and then a bunch of pepper. There it is, and mix and stir some more with my friend of our channel here, Anthony from the Netherlands. Like you call it, the magic wand, I think you said. Yeah. I honor this spoon because it's used to belong to Mike's mom, who passed away a couple of years just before I met him. I think a year or two, which is really a shame for many reasons, but also because she loved food. I would have loved to just, invented some new recipes together with her. But sometimes things just go as they go, guys. So we can only hope that she's happy and resting wherever she is, and all our loved ones. Anyway, so now I'm gonna start adding the vegetables together with the mushrooms. So I just mix the whole thing. And let them cook a little bit until you see that they're getting a little bit soft, but not too soft though, because they still go into the oven, or in our case into the hot air fryer. So but they need to be a little bit soft, because what the hot air fryer is going to do is just going to melt the cheese mostly in this recipe and not actually cook anything for you. Not that the hot air fryer can do that. It can, but it's not the way I'm going to use it today. It smells so good, you guys. And don't ruin it with any spices, because remember, we are going to add the garlic, the oregano, and the thyme to give it that Italian flavor and smell. Plus, still are going to add the cheese on top of the pita bread pizza eventually, and the mozzarella. So, we do not want to take too much from that. So don't add any other spices. That's not what I would suggest. But of course, you can always go ahead and do that. I mean, if you love stuff to be per se spiced. Again, like I said, wait for the zucchini and the paprika, the bell pepper, as you call it in other countries. Wait for it to soften a little bit, and then add some of the tomato paste. Just a little bit, maybe about 1 or 2. Well, it depends on how much you're making, of course. But 1 or 2 teaspoons, or 3, maybe even 3, because they're not as strong as they used to be. They used to be so flavorish and so strong that a little bit was enough. But nowadays, it's all fake. It's all weak. And you know the drill, guys. Again, mix the whole thing. I need to be careful. I can't stand it when there are things against, how do you say that? Spraying against the tiles. I make the tiles fat and grease free, and every time, again and again, when I'm cooking, I just forget that I just stir too fast or too strong, and then I end up seeing all these specks everywhere. I just can't stand it. All right. So far, so good. Okay, let this simmer. I'm doing all of this on medium heat. When it starts to cook like this, turn it to low, and then add a little bit of thyme, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of oregano. And like I said, just because I like some of the green fresh herbs, I'm gonna add the chopped coriander in there, but you don't have to if you don't like it. Guys, it smells so good. It smells really, really good. You really smell the thyme and the oregano. All right. So, let it simmer a little bit more, then turn it off and let it cool off. Okay, this is done. This is it. Just let it simmer about. When you finish adding all the ingredients, let it simmer about another 4 minutes or something, or 5 minutes. Then turn the heat off and let it cool off. Still simmering. Simmering is what you use, for those of you that are still learning to cook. Simmering you use to get rid of too much fluid, too much juice. You know what I mean, juice, not as in fruit juice, but too much fluid. If you want it to be thick, you do it to prevent something from, like meat, end up dry and not cooked well. But you also do it to draw the flavors out of something, whether it's meat or vegetables. That's what helps. Simmering helps the vegetables to really reach that point where they start to release their actual flavor. So when all is done, you turn the heat off, get rid of the juices, drain it like this. See? Just drain it, put it in there and let it drip. Let all the juices drip away while you start to, well, I don't know, wash your cherry tomatoes, get the pita breads, more pita breads, drain the mozzarella cheese, you know, little things, and give this the chance to become a little bit dry. Because we do not want too much juice in there, because otherwise it's gonna soak your pita bread. We do not want that. We do not want soggy pita bread pizza. Nobody likes soggy pizzas. So first, make sure that your cherry tomatoes are cut, your mozzarella balls are cut, and your your pizza sauce is ready. The other cheese, grind cheese, is ready. Preheat your hot air fryer on 180, and then first put in the pita bread. Do not, you know, do the topping and all that while it's out of the hot air fryer, because you will have trouble getting it in there. It's gonna, you know, it's not comfortable. That I wouldn't advise that. So put it in there, and then let it go for on 180 degrees for 1 minute. Let maybe the half. I would say, oh, it's just 1 minute. Okay, so for 1 minute, just to toughen up a little bit, so that it will be able, you know, to take whatever toppings we'll be doing on there. All right, so 1 minute has passed. Of course, first we need to do the pizza sauce on the bottom. Not too much, really. This is all, you know, whenever you think maybe I should do this, do a little bit less than what you initially thought, because we do not want it to drip all over this pita bread. So just a little bit. Maybe 1 tablespoon is more than enough, and just spread it on there. Okay, so this is again a large pita bread, and I did eventually 1.5 tablespoon of the pizza sauce. So now I'm gonna continue to what I just said: the chicken, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of vegetables. So there it is. So now I'm gonna add some cherry tomatoes here and there. I don't know, maybe 4. Jeez. And then some mozzarella. Make sure that you do some on the sides too. You do not want to end with dry bread with nothing on it. Not the chicken, nor the vegetables, nor the sauce. So something like this, but push them inward because it's gonna melt, and we do not want it to be all over the place. And then eventually, last but not least, a little bit of, if I can get it out, sorry, a little bit of your second choice of cheese, something like this. This is perfect. Okay, so it's all on mini scale. That's it. This is it. I'm gonna put it in there for on 180 degrees 5 minutes. So this is what you get after 5 minutes in there. For me, this is perfect. I don't want the cheese to melt even further. See, this is perfect. It's all still on there. This is where I'll stop, take it out, then continue with the other 3. I want to make 2 per person. That should be more than enough. Guys, I forgot about the olive. Slice some olive, whether green or black, add them in there too. And remember, cheese, the mozzarella cheese and the other cheese always is on top. So whatever, however you divide them, just make sure that the cheese is always on top. You know how it goes, guys. Some things are always on top. Cheese is one of them. So yeah, sorry if I'm all over the place. This is not like something that I was planning to do. It's just the spur of the moment. So all right, guys, so there they are. Look, they're crunchy and soft at the same time, and they smell delicious. All right, you're very welcome. If you end up making them, please let me know how yours turned out. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share, and love you guys. See you next video, God willing. Bye-bye.
Dolly Parton is one of the most phenomenal songwriters, breasts included.
Have you guys seen Dolly Parton? The documentary on Netflix? I just love her. She always seems so real and genuine. And I love that about people.
For a long time, because I've written a lot of songs. But yes, there are pieces of me, of course, in everything I write.
And thank you, Dolly, for donating to what helped to create the vaccine that we have now. One of the anti-COVID vaccines. Amazing woman. She did more than presidents have done.